The French embassy in St. Lucia has been a big player in the fight against domestic violence on island. The embassy has been strongly supporting the Stop Gender-Based Violence project in St. Lucia and the OECS. The project is being carried out in partnership with the Department of Gender Affairs. It aims to help raise awareness and reduce domestic violence by developing synergies between the government of St. Lucia and civil society organizations specialized in the field of domestic violence. To aid in this fight, the French embassy is providing 1.8 million EC dollars. Francis Etienne is the French ambassador to St. Lucia.
To make sure that things are right and to make sure that we are transparent in terms of using the money, we have the support, which we really appreciate, of Unite Caribbean. So we are not dealing directly, we give guidelines, and then Unite Caribbean, together with various partners, organizes the action and comes back to us to make sure in a steering committee that everything's all right. I'd like to insist on this because this is a way of working which does imply people who know the ground, who know the people, who know the institutions. And that's a kind of networking as well that we want to promote.
On March 8, 2022, the Domestic Violence Act was passed in St. Lucia. This piece of legislation was designed to step up the fight against domestic violence and provide legal and safety support for survivors, including members of the LGBTQ community. Additionally, the Domestic Violence Act describes and clarifies what is nationally considered to be domestic violence. A little over a year since this legislation was passed, the Stop the Gender-Based Violence project was launched in May of 2023. Ambassador Etienne details what the project has been able to accomplish.
I think the awareness is greater, that there are things you can't tolerate anymore in a society. What we want basically is a change in the mindset, not only for the men, but for the women themselves. You have to free speech, you have to take the floor, you have to express yourself. And it's difficult as victims to speak. So having free speech, having a word, going to the police, going to people who can support you is essential in a process. But the ultimate goal is, of course, to deter the male side of the population.
November of 2023 saw the launch of the Know Your Rights campaign ahead of the 16 days of activism. The campaign saw the use of billboards and information kits to raise awareness amongst women and young girls in St. Lucia. Ambassador Etienne says that violence against women and children is a big problem for all societies. In France, a woman is killed by her partner every 3 days. In St. Lucia, sexual offenses increased by 19% during 2024 when compared to the year 2023, although the Royal St. Lucia Police Force has not stated what percentage of the victims are women and children. According to UN Women, almost 1 in 2 women have experienced at least one form of violence in their lifetime in the region. Moreover, almost half of Caribbean women, 46% to be exact, have experienced at least one form of intimate partner violence.
The very first paper, which was on my desk on the first day when I came, 1st of October 22, was a letter addressed to me by a head of an association speaking about a woman of 19 years old with 2 kids being beaten and threatened by the husband, and she wanted to have her sheltered so that we could protect her by sending her to Martinique or Guadeloupe. Very first case. We tried our best, we found a solution.
The civil society organizations, which the French embassy is providing funds through the Department of Gender Affairs on the Stop Gender-Based Violence project, are the Women's Support Center, 758 Pride, St. Lucia Crisis Center, St. Lucia Planned Parenthood Association, Girls of a Feather, Do Nation Foundation, and Raise Your Voice St. Lucia. For the DBS News World, Miriam Montoute reporting.